There's been a push to remove Confederate symbols from public places, like this Spirit of Confederacy statue that was removed on Tuesday. Most of these symbols are gone in Houston, but several monuments can still be found in surrounding communities. David Gonzalez has more.
This week in the city of Houston, two statues, the Spirit of the Confederacy and Dick Dowling, were taken down.
To have them moved to another location doesn't do justice.
Texas State Representative Jarvis Johnson wants any Confederate tribute destroyed.
They were slave owners that owned other humans and treated them as cattle.
One of the last remaining signs of the Confederacy within city limits is Robert Lee Road near I-45 and 610. But you don't have to go far to find other tributes. In Galveston, outside of the old courthouse, a Confederate statue now covered by a tarp after a protest today. Documentary filmmaker Isaac Fanuel IV, a Galveston native, helped organize today's rally to coincide with Juneteenth.
When you have a monument that's really painful and traumatic to part of the population.
The Southern Poverty Law Center tracks Confederate monuments. It shows them still standing in Wharton, Bay City, Huntsville, and Livingston, just in our part of Texas.
There is no place in America where any of these statues offer any historical value or educational value.
Johnson, the Houston Democrat, says he wants even bigger change. He says it's time Texas ditch Confederate Heroes Day, which is marked every year in January.
It continues to place a positive light on negative individuals who I think are deplorable.
In Houston, I'm David Gonzalez, KHOU 11 News.